views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Welcome to Conscious Creation with actress, author, and healer Dee Wallace. If you want to take charge of your life, really take charge of your life, the next hour will be a fun, enlightening experience in creating the life you want. Whether it's money, health, success, or relationships, join Dee in celebrating the power of you and see your life expand into joyful creation. And now, here's Dee.
Hello, all you amazing, fabulous, incredible, magnificent, so very loved, and darn sexy people. Here we are. It's the day. It's the day of the show. It's the day of the webinar, and I am stoked. I have been waiting. I have been creating. I have been feeling the energy around this day for a very, very, very long time. So whatever will begin to transpire at 4 o'clock on this incredibly important webinar that we are going to do is undoubtedly going to begin on the show this morning. If you feel like you're going to want to talk to the channel, please press 1 now so that we can get you in the lineup and be a part of the unveiling truth of what is coming through in this quite extraordinary day in the lives of Americans and all people around the world. Okay, thank you for those of you that have gone on and ordered BUPA to help us get it on the toy list for Amazon. They did extend the time till, I think it's October 21st. If you're thinking about getting a BUPA, please come help me out. Go on Amazon now. If you've gotten a BUPA, go on and review it. And my deep gratitude to, for those of you that are just tuning in, we're really wanting to get Bupalopaloo, our little bear, onto the Amazon toy list. And to do that, we have to have a certain number of orders within a very small amount of time, and that's what we're talking about. So thank you if you're even thinking about it, or thank you if you've done it, or thank you if you're sending energy to the success of it. Okay, our webinar is today. Guys, I want you there. I want you there. It is the 2016 U.S. presidential election and why it's so important to the energy and spirituality of this evolving world. It is not about the candidates. We're not going to be talking about who's better or, we're not talking about them personally. We're talking about the great gifts that what everyone's calling the lesser of two evils election is all about for all of us. And of course, I do have some information to give you now about the upcoming webinar. They want to say basically, if you're feeling negative in any way, you're looking at things from a different perspective than God or Source looks at it. Because God, Source, the Force, Divine Love, doesn't see a positive or negative. It sees a choice of focused energy. So, what are you looking at, and through what perspective? That's such an important point that we'll be talking about this afternoon. So let me repeat that again. What are you looking at? What are you focused on? And what perspective are you seeing it through? You see, the government, and we've been saying this for 3 or 4 weeks, The government and any government in any, place anywhere of anyone that's calling from anywhere, your government does not create your reality. You create your reality. And if we're pointing the finger and going, well, who's going to save us? And that's not the candidate that's going to save us, and that is the candidate, then we're losing track of everything that we have learned over the last few years, which is where we're highest answer, and we have to choose what we want and then focus on it. You see, there's all kinds of creators out there creating the government that you have. And they're creating it through their belief systems, as you are, and their perspectives, as you are. So the majority of the collective consciousness that is focusing on one thing or another will be the ones who create that. And that's why it's such an interesting election, everybody, because it really does represent the yin and yang within all of us. The pull between the focus. Are we trustworthy? Do we trust ourselves in the creation process? Have we ever lied to ourselves about how magnificent we are? Have we ever bullied our kids or bullied our parents or bullied our friends in any minute or passive-aggressive way? You see, this is just us playing out us in front of us and going, we're the less of two evils. So what are we going to do about that? What do we want? So, if all these creators are creating the world we live in, the people that don't want to create the way that you want to create, we're labeling them wrong and immoral. But what they're doing is they're just focusing on a creation from their perspective and their belief systems. So here we are split between the lesser of two evils because they're us. So I ask you, which one are you resonating with here? And what do you get to heal within yourself to move into creation of you and what you want? And the highest answer here that I was given through the channel is the divine feminine. Now, we use that term a lot. So I said to them, I want the highest definition of divine feminine. And basically, it's creation, not reaction. When we are working with as from the divine feminine, we are in creation, we are never in reaction. So right now, this election, and this is for everyone around the world, because everybody's watching, and the processes are absolutely the same. Right now, we are creating this election from reaction instead of the divine love of creation, of the divine feminine. Can I go to the calls now? Yeah, I want to go to the calls because I want to get a lot done. First of all, though, I got an email from one of our followers, and it says, what about the unusual people who don't have much to trigger access to the love place? I don't have people or animals or anything that bring me to that state. I can access it from within me at times when I'm able to meditate or on occasional other times. But I can't seem to remain in that place. So I want you to hear that in that paragraph, they negated themselves. Because they start out, I don't have places to go to, and then they say, but I can't seem to remain in that place. Okay, This is a great email, and I appreciate when you email me things like this, it always dovetails somehow at the perfect right time. And it says, because she represents all of us, of course, we're still embraced in the love for the struggle for redemption. We're just loving the struggle to be redeemed. And as long as we live in that vibration, it will not let us feel into the love place. So they state in here that they have felt it on occasion. So they do know it, and they do have it. You have to choose to go back to it. And if you think it's hard to find, go visit an animal shelter and love on some of the dogs or cats. Just go love on something. Go visit babies. Go visit the newborn in the hospital. See where you can serve through love. Go hold an elderly person's hand and sit with them and serve that way. You see, the best way to experience your love place, my friends, is to love. By the way, happy birthday to Richard Brady, today one of our community, and if you want to talk to the channel, press 1 now. I'm going to start with Susan in Niagara Falls. Hi, honey, you're on.
Oh, I knew you'd start with me. I'm in the hospital, dear.
Yes, I know. You're in the hospital with diverticulitis, right?
Right.
Okay, so I looked it up in the body book when I saw you were on.
Uh-huh.
And this is what they say. They are trying to cover all the details, to organize and coordinate everything, to analyze the situation, and to meet all the needs in the right way. Is that resonating with you?
Yes, that does resonate with me. There's a lot going on in my life that I'm looking at dealing with, like with this relationship that I'm in, for instance.
Okay. And they're saying, again, this is a great example of what they talked about in the first part of this. You're not keeping your focus on what you want, Susan. You're in reaction. When you're in reaction, we move out of creation, guys. You can't react and create at the same time because your reaction is creating for you. Okay? So let go. Know what you want, feel good about it, and let go. Right now is a time for you to rest and trust.
Okay.
See? And again, trust. Isn't that up for sure in the election on both sides? So all of us need to look at where we get to clean up and create trust within ourselves. Who or what are you out of trust with right now? And let's just start with ourselves as creators first.
Right.
Okay? So start your self-healing while you've created a lot of lovely doctors and people to help you. There's one nurse they're saying in particular that's very caring for you. Start your own healing by doing the work you know to do.
I've got a nurse in with me right now hooking me up to IVs. She's listening. Yes, I am. She likes you.
Well, you tell her we sent her lots of blessings and thank her for taking care of you because she is. And acknowledge that, Susan. You have to acknowledge all of the people around you that you can trust. I do. Right?
She says thank you.
You're welcome, beautiful. I'm glad you could be a part of the show. All right, Susan, speedy recovery, darling.
Thank you.
You bet. Get you off here. We're going to Rita in Florida. Hello, Rita.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, baby cakes.
Good. Okay. Thank you so much. So I listened to your last webinar, and my girlfriend, partner, and I actually listened to it together, and it was
good.
really exciting because we've actually really have been creating our life, and we wrote
I get
down
a big
everything.
yes on that. So
yes,
you're talking about the plan of my life, right? That webinar.
The plan of my life, yes.
Uh-huh.
And we've been working it, and we actually got a real estate. She got her real estate license. I'm her assistant, and I get to do all the creative stuff, and it's really fun.
Beautiful.
So we actually got the listing across the street from us, which we have been managing for a couple of years just for our neighbors that were out of the country. And we got the listing, and we were really excited. We're actually affirming the kind of neighbors that we want, and bringing that and letting the universe just create that. Okay, so a little glitch in the system here. My next door neighbor that I've been friends with for like the whole time I've lived here, 8 years, suddenly won't talk to me, and I was very, very angry with me, and I don't want to create that in my neighborhood. I don't want that to be a part of my neighborhood, and I don't know what my lesson is. Well, she's a real estate agent, but it happened before that, and mostly I think it's because of the election. That I think I was more in line with her and her beliefs and her beliefs around the election, and as I have been expanding and growing and coming into myself, my beliefs and my feelings about I shifted, and but it's an uncomfortable feeling.
Well,
to have
sure,
your neighbor
and that's what.
not like
let
you.
me tell you, that's what the whole country's going through, and that's why we're all in reaction. The country's in reaction and not in creation, and that's why it feels so bad to so many people. Because when you leave that place of creation and source and joy and peace that you know, when you leave it and go into reaction, you don't like who you are.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So let me explain what's happening then.
Okay.
You don't want this in your neighborhood. What do you want?
I want our neighborhood for everyone to be able to get along. I want everybody to, I like to leave it to Beaver neighborhood where everybody waves at each other and they don't knock each other. I don't like this feeling. This isn't how
then don't practice that feeling.
To have that. Okay.
Rita, don't practice that feeling. But you see, all your focus is on what she's doing instead of holding the focus on sending her love, no matter what.
Okay.
So you're in reaction to her, aren't you?
Yes, I am. You are absolutely right, because every time that she snubs me, I go into reaction, and I get out of it pretty quick, but I do instantly go into reaction. But I'm able to, change the focus after a little bit of time and do send her love. And I feel like I am. See if the channel says about that. Am I doing it? I think I am.
Yes, you are. You're just not doing it totally consistently.
Right, yeah.
Okay. So if it happens anymore, whenever you think of her, send her love.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And see your neighborhood as the Leave It to Beaver neighborhood that you want to create. Now, the other thing is, the neighborhood can be Leave It to Beaver whether she's cooperating or not.
Well, and it is, because I had
not if you're focused on her, it's not.
No, it's not. If I'm
every time you focus on her, Leave It to Beaver goes out the door.
Yes, it does. You're right.
So, so you see, she doesn't have anything to do with controlling that part of your reality.
Right.
Okay? And again, I'm going to say these very important words that they gave us last week. Look away from reality. Reality is what you created non-consciously.
Oh, yes, I remember you saying that last week.
Okay?
That
so
fits.
she doesn't have to believe, I don't get that you think she has to believe your way.
No.
But she believes that you have to believe her way.
Yes.
And there are, again, perfect example in your neighborhood of exactly what's playing out.
Yes.
In the political forum in front of all of us. I'm telling you, both political candidates are giving us huge gifts if we realize they're us.
Yeah.
You know, and we all do it. These small places where, well, if you're going to invite them, I'm going to invite them. Well, if you're not going to invite me to your party, then I'm not going to invite you to my party. And, you know, this is our opportunity to go, oh, my God, this is me. Where can I not be this thing that I don't want in my life? Where can I heal? Where can I become happier? You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
So it really is all up to you. They want you to know that. It's not up to her.
Okay.
Just throw love at her. She snubs you. Just go, hey, love you. Move on.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I will. I'm not.
Thank
you. I just have to let it go. Thanks. And love her.
Okay. So,
kind of.
yes, you have to let go of your need to be right for the reaction.
Okay.
I mean, you can't deny what's happening. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Exactly.
And it's energy playing itself out, trying to figure out how to create itself. So you're just going to love the process like a little kid learning how to walk.
Okay.
He's just learning how to walk and not quite sure how to stand up without getting things hurt. You see, she's threatened. We all get threatened when somebody doesn't agree with us on something we think is really important. We get threatened because we might be wrong. So if everybody agrees with us, then we can have a Leave It to Beaver neighborhood because we don't threaten ourselves from within. But ultimately, nobody grows that way.
Right.
Okay? Thanks, Rita.
Thank you.
Wow. If that right there was a perfect example of what we're dealing with this afternoon. Jay, hi, Jay. In Canada.
Hey, Dee, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, got a question for you. Actually, it's about my improv class that I'm taking, and I'm actually struggling with it a lot. Actually, coming up with spontaneity and things like that. So,
because you want to control too much, Jay. You're supposed to be in this class to let go of control. In an improv, you cannot have any control except agreeing not to have control, because you've got to follow where everybody else is taking you. You've got to take that moment and go, I'm accepting that moment, and now I'll throw back out of that moment anything that I channel. It's all about control, baby, and letting go of it.
Yeah, I just wondered about that because I told teacher that I'm not satisfied with what's going on there, and I don't have any experience in it. I'm just looking for some sort of basis that I can work on, and we kind of didn't get that in the class. So, well,
maybe you should start in a more beginning class. Is she calling this a beginning class?
It is an introductory one, but we're just doing stuff and not really explain why we're doing it and what was the purpose for doing it.
So she didn't lay down the rules of improv?
Well, no, it's a gentleman, and there's no really objectives or class outlines or why are we doing this. And
well, there's not really an out. You know, as an acting teacher, I can tell you don't write out written outlines, but you do talk about objectives, and one of the objectives in improv is to let go of the control. You never say no. He didn't talk to you about never saying no?
No, he said something about saying yes.
Yeah, you always come from saying yes. Again, a very good analogy for the creative process. But Jay, I know you. You like to take notes. You like everything written down. You like everything in nice, neat order. And that's why your spirit is calling you to do this, because it's going to open you up a lot more. if you can let go of the control and just say yes. And how that applies to life is, okay, there's an earthquake. I have to say yes, it happened. So how am I going to deal with the moment of the earthquake? Or, okay, somebody in my family died. Or I won the lotto. Or I have to deal with dis-ease now. Or I have a beautiful wedding that I need to plan. Okay, all of those things I didn't know in yesterday's moments. So in the moments of today, I have to say yes and deal with them. What am I going to do? What am I going to create? Or am I going to hold on, stand back, judge what's not going on or going on, judge what I have to do, go into fear about it, go into overwhelm about it, or am I going to take the moment, say yes, and start creating? Do you understand?
Oh, yeah. And
okay.
That's part of the improv thing.
Well, then that's what you've got to do, Jay.
Yeah,
that's
and
all
I
you
really
need to know.
What about, like, so I got to know some of the basis of it, because how am I supposed to really be creative?
I just told you the basics of it.
You know?
I just told you the basics of it, and I bet I have a lot more acting under my belt than he does.
Oh, for sure. But
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Say yes and go with the moment. Just try that, and don't worry about anything else that you might need to know right now. Just get up and play. Yeah, see, you don't want to do it.
Well, no, it just, because I, it's like, if I had some basic foundations, then I could expand from there, go for it. But I really don't know some of the rules of improv. And improv, I know improv, when you're doing the scene stuff like that, it's spontaneous. It's spontaneous, right? It's just, yeah. And like I'm saying, if it's like, okay, like, why are we doing some of these exercises, and what are the same, like, we can explain some things regarding, how to continue the scene and things like that, and I'm just a little bit curious, and I go, oh, okay, I know, well, I'll practice that, and work on spontaneity and things like that.
My best advice to you is to channel it, Jay, and if you don't like the class, go somewhere else. Maybe you don't resonate with it, Sky, but I think it's mostly on you. Have you Googled improv? Have you read about improv? Have you looked at anything on the Internet about improv?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, just how to...
Okay, well, look some more.
What it means. Yeah.
Because really, basically, it's don't fight anything, say yes, and then channel where you want to go. But control is the biggest word for you, and that's what you've got to let go of. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, baby. So, meaning, we can't control anything in this presidential election. We can't control anything, but we sure can create. If we let go of everything that they're doing, they're saying, and focus on my country is strong and powerful through love. My country lives in integrity. My country is truthful and lives in justice for all peoples. My country accepts all races, all creeds, all religions, all beliefs as being a part of the divine source. I accept my country as the greatness that it is. That's what you want. How many of us are doing that, claiming that, focusing on that, feeling into that? Patty, you're up, babe.
Yes. Okay, I have been having issues with my neck and shoulders, and I'm not sure if it has to do with work or not.
Well, guys, anything can have something to do physically with anything, but our body takes on what our thoughts and belief systems are focused on. So let's just claim that we have the highest. They want everybody at this point. Our chakras are open, balanced, spinning in the right direction. Our hearts are open, front and back, merged with our whole brain. Our pituitary pineal glands are open, receiving all the light, the knowledge with the highest understanding. Our hara line is straight, strong, and through the ID point, and we are aligned with Source. Okay, the highest thing that you can get into, bring into harmony to release the stress in your neck and your shoulders, sheets. But give me a song.
The Way We Were.
Okay. Well, The Way We Were is a perfect metaphor, because The Way We Were are about two people that love each other, that grow in separate ways, and decide to part because they just cannot they aren't a harmonic match. They aren't in harmony with each other anymore. And so they have to split to follow who they are truthfully. And they're showing me Brad and Angelina. So, going on at work, that you feel like you have to, you're judging it, and my whole e-blast that's coming out tomorrow is on judgment and acceptance, which has been a theme in a lot of this show. You're judging, my darling, something there, and that's making you separate from who you want to be.
Okay.
On your spiritual path.
A situation or a person? A situation or a person?
Well, it's both, because the person is involved in the situation.
Okay.
Is connected to it. So you know what it is. What is it?
Because the company I work for is merging, and the team leader is losing her job, and she's doing things that are making it's not for the wellness of the department, but wellness
Okay,
of her.
so stop, Patty. They're saying that's through your belief system. That's what you're perceiving. But what it's really about, and I want you to feel into this, is you're scared.
Okay.
This merger has put you into fear about your safety and success in the business. Is that true or not?
It's very unsettling because nobody knows what's going on and when it's going to happen.
Okay, but you do, because you create it for you. So again, oh my gosh, guys, can we get this and live it? I'm working with it every day on the set that I'm on too, Patty. So I'm walking the talk with you.
Okay.
You see?
Can I ask you?
Hold on, let me clear this up for everybody. You allowed yourself to go into fear and reaction because, quote, we don't know what's going to happen, which tells me you have not sat down and truthfully said, this is what I want to happen. I'm going to feel my love place around that and continue to create that while it unfolds in front of me, however it's going to unfold.
I thought I was doing it, but I need to do it better.
That what?
I thought I was doing it, like I make little notes that I am safe, and I put little affirmations on my hand as a reminder.
Good. That's good. Now, again, they want to emphasize before you read those or before you write those, get yourself in a state of alignment. And what that means is go to wherever you have to go to feel good and fun and joy and love. And then look at your hand and go, you better believe I'm safe. I'm creating exactly what I want here. I have a great position. Everybody, new and old, sees the value that I contribute to this country. we resonate, we're in harmony. I love working with them, they love working with me.
Yeah, I get that.
Trust me, I know it's when we get confronted. And remember, in one of our brain webinars, we went over the fact that your body and your emotions react before you ever clock what's going on. So your reactions are a very good indicator of when you're out of the alignment that you want to be, which means you've moved out of the joy and the fun and the love. Okay? So listen to your emotions. And guys, sometimes you will have acted out already. Don't judge yourself. Don't knock yourself. Go, well, I'm in the process of retraining me to react and create in a lot of different ways. I'm going to love myself through this, while I keep practicing the muscle of this. We are living in a time right now where the contrast is so huge that it takes positive, conscious, joyful effort to recreate our reactionary place. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing else, Patty. You're doing everything right. Just when something happens or you feel that fear coming in, going, okay, I'm in the process. I know what to do. Back to love, back to joy, back to the puppies and the kitties and the rainbows. Everybody loves me.
Yeah.
And sometimes the only thing that works for me is when I find myself, with those momentum of thoughts that keep building and building and building like a snowball, I just stop and take a breath and go, no, I am a butterfly and I'm free. And somehow that resets me. That totally resets me. Because you're not fighting against any truthfulness in you then.
Well, I just realized last night that my neck starts tightening up when I'm going to work, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because you're in expectation of what they're going to create instead of staying in proactive creation for yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Second. Wait, Dee.
What?
Dee.
What? Go.
Why? Okay, wait. Why does my nose keep running? I've tried different things, but it's like
it's allergies.
This has just been going on. Just allergies? Okay.
And allergies are misdirected energies.
Okay.
So when you start directing your energy into the creation of what you want, the allergies will subside. That's a true statement. I am not a doctor, but energetically, that's a true statement.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you too. Bye-bye.
Oh, and blessings to Susan.
Oh, yes, many blessings to Susan. Thanks, Patty. Thank you. All right, we're going to Lynn in Los Angeles. Hi, honey, you're on.
Hi, Dee. Oh, you're better than a doctor, is what I think. Okay, so this is playing out at the job I'm at, and it's also playing out at where I live in my apartment with my roommate.
Yep, as you do anything, you do everything, guys.
Yeah.
As you do anything, you do everything. Okay, what's up?
Okay, so last time we talked, I was on this detail with this Saudi family, and it was supposed to end 10 days ago. And they're still here, and they were supposed to leave twice. We were at the airport, and each time the father pulled the plans and the plane and all of that. So I'm with 5 other people that are working this security thing, and I know I have retrained my brain because I continue to be in appreciation for the extension of it, and then I'm also looking for a new place to live. Like I decided, okay, this isn't working, and let me start writing down what I want. And so anyway, the family is supposed to leave on Monday morning, and I have another detail ready to go right after that, like literally that same day.
What do you mean by
weeks.
detail, Lynn?
Well, I work I'm a bodyguard for this princess, and there's 5 kids. And so each child has a bodyguard plus nannies. It's a whole huge royal family.
Yeah.
And so I've been there now almost 80 days without a day off. So that in and of itself has been a huge learning experience. The detail leader, I had a lot of issues with harassment with, like sexual harassment with. And I'd gone into reaction, and I'd gone into fear. And then finally I was like, why don't I just call somebody that I know, I hope, can help me with this? And I did, and then I called the superior of, that hired me, and then this guy stopped, finally. But I'm also seeing the other female agent that I'm sharing a room with there at the house. She's gone through the same stuff, and I'm watching her in reaction, her physically, emotionally, all the time. And I'm able to stay in that loving, calm place. And I guess my question is, should I take some time off before I start working again on something?
Okay, guys, when you have questions like this, Lynn, fall into your heart, because you already know the answer. And the question is always the answer. So what makes you feel good, having time off or not?
Not, actually.
Well, I get a no on that. So that means you're confused between what your what the channel is saying is that you feel what your heart wants, and then your head comes in so fast that you can hardly tell the difference about where the message is coming from.
And as you were saying,
you wouldn't ask if you didn't really want some time off. You wouldn't even ask the question, because it wouldn't occur to you to take the time off if you didn't want it.
You're right.
Right, but yet you're asking me. So then that tells you there's a fear of giving yourself what you know you want.
Yeah, and as we were talking, what came into my head was you'd rather keep working, but not at this. You'd rather be acting and producing. That's what you really would rather be going right into. That makes me, and that energizes me.
Okay,
yeah,
and yet you believe that you can't make a living doing that.
Are you getting that?
Until you know that you can make a living doing that, Lynn, you will be going back and forth, because that's all you can do. You have to make a living, and you want to act and produce.
Okay.
Now, there was a time in my life when I had to create the acting studio.
Right.
I had to. But because I had to, then I had to choose to love it. And it became one of the greatest things I've ever done with my life.
Right.
Because going back to our discussion about improv, I said yes.
Mhm.
And then I took it moment by moment by moment by moment. And that's what's running through everything. Your roommate, the job, the delays, is literally you are surrounding yourself by people who do not say yes to the circumstances they're dealing with. You are in the midst of saying yes. You said, okay, I'm going to handle this, but I want to point out to you that sexual stuff has followed you most of the time I've known you. So here we're playing out the sexual power stuff, right, with abuse now. And it's always been about abuse, Lynn, for you. It's always been about abuse.
And I got to the point where I had to ask myself, okay, what part am I playing in this? Where have I not been clear? Where have I been vague about, anything? And that's when it shifted. That's when it stopped. Because
yeah, good.
Yeah.
So you know how to do the work. Do it more consistently.
Okay, so it's a clear decision and then action on that, and then I get a different or another impulse to go from here to here to here to here to here.
Okay, see, what you want is you want to take some time off, and you want to act and produce, and you want to make a good living.
Yes, and I want to live in a peaceful, beautiful place.
Okay, so were you on the Plan of Your Life webinar?
No, because it's at 4 o'clock, and I'm going to be at the house.
No, not today's, the last one. Guys, and
no, I wasn't.
Look, they're recorded. If you get it, you get it for perpetuity, whether you're on it live or not. But did you listen to the Plan of Your Life, the last one we did?
No, I haven't.
Because you haven't done it, Lynn.
Okay.
So sit down and write out everything that you want. But before you do that, get your state into a high, fun, love vibration. And then write out everything like, I have this, not I want it, but I have it. Notice when we did our chakras, I said our chakras are open. Our heart line is straight, strong, and through that eye, because in this moment, as soon as you claim it, you've started the creation of it. Okay?
Right. Okay.
All right, honey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to Chris in Chattanooga. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Dee. How's it going?
It's going good, baby. What's up?
Thanks for taking my call.
Always.
Yeah, basically, the reason why I'm calling in, or I wanted to call in, was I'm working on getting more in alignment with the plan for my life and what I want to create for myself as far as basically, like, the real reason I called in is because I just want to make more money. I'm ready to create more money. I'm ready to create more income and have more financial freedom.
Okay, then you have to feel a lot better about money. So you're waiting,
well, how am I holding myself back in that area?
To get more money to feel good about it, Chris. And you got to feel good about it to get it. Every time you see a penny on the floor, on the street, you pick it up.
Oh, I do. Anytime I see coins on the ground, I pick it up, and I'm, happy about it. But I just feel like money for me, it's just like, it's kind of like, it has been, it's like up and down. It's like go through a period where it's like feast and famine. It's like you make some good money, but then like there's a period when you're not making money, and then start wondering, it's like, okay, well,
and then you get to
when's the money going to come in again?
Then you get to struggle again, right? So money's connected with struggle. You've got to sever that connection, because subconsciously right now you believe you have to set up something to struggle and earn, so that you earn your money through the struggle of it. Not
well, I
true.
thought I let that go a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true. You thought you did. And it's true that I thought there wasn't 1 ounce of racism in me anywhere. And these deep, deep, deep places are where people like all of you who are in communities like this is what the election is bringing up for us to look at, so that we can totally be free in our creation process. So they're taking me to a core belief. Hang on. Here. Well, look, dude, they just said go to a core belief. I never remember what the numbers are purposely. I've directed myself not to remember. I have to struggle to conquer, which is what they gave me when you first called and what I said to you. So You don't have to struggle to conquer anything anymore, guys. That is the same thing like I wrote gave me at the first, the love for the struggle to redeem ourselves.
Right.
We love struggle.
There's pride and there's pride and there's pride in the struggle, and it makes us feel good when we overcome the struggle.
Get back there again. See, I can do it again. See, I can lose the weight again. See, I can cure cancer again. I can make money again. I can repair my relationship again. But that's not, well, they stopped me cold before I started to say that's not creation. They said, Dee, everything's creation. Absolutely everything is creation.
Right, but how do we want to create ourselves?
Yeah. So
do we want to create ourselves with the struggle, or do we want to create ourselves through...
You don't want to create through struggle, I don't think.
No, I don't.
Okay, so what do you want
I'm letting that go.
You want to create what?
I want to create ease and flow and balance and lots of money. Consistently. That's the other thing I wanted to ask about, consistency. Yeah. I'm ready for consistency.
Well, see, I get a no on that because you still like that redeeming stuff.
Well,
so
I don't like it anymore.
Let that one go?
I'm ready for consistency. I'm letting that go.
Okay. So the best way to let that go is to move into total acceptance of yourself and everything you are and everything you've ever been and everything you ever will be. Accept yourself as the creative force right now.
Okay.
I accept it. I'm just going to shift the focus of the energy of who I am. From the struggle to redeem myself to the celebration that I'm already there.
Right.
Refocus it, Chris. Okay?
Okay.
All right, darling. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for taking my call, Dee. We love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. Liz, you don't have but a few minutes, like 2 minutes. What's up, honey?
So I was attending a seminar last weekend, or the week before, I don't remember exactly. And there was a guy, the instructor, leading the seminar. He was saying how this world is so broken, humanity is so broken, and I went in such a reaction to that.
Okay, why the hell? Why would you even go to a seminar like this?
Well, the seminar has other stuff that they were really, really great. Like out of 12, 2 were not good, but 13 were great.
Oh, I see.
So
okay.
It was just one piece of the seminar that I actually...
That you don't want.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's the neighbor, you see, that's judging you. It's the same energy. It's you going, wow, there's this little piece here, and I'm a little bit in reaction. Well, I don't want this. I'm clear. So I'll let him say all this old stuff that he believes, and it's fine if he believes it. He's creating his energy that way. That's like here's a blank disc. It can heal you for me. I go into reaction about that because I have no belief in that whatsoever, and you were able to practice then. What they're saying is you almost stayed in alignment and out of reaction, but there was still a little reaction. Sheets, but give me a song, Liz.
Wow. The song.
Get out of your way and they'll give it to you, honey. Okay. I think that's where we're going then. If you can't think of a song and they won't give you a song and you won't get out of your way, you need to really plug into the song of your life. What do you want the song of your life to be? Okay, what they just gave me was hallelujah, hallelujah, which means it's done. Christ is risen, right? It's done. We're free. Everything's great. I've been forgiven. I'm accepted. It's all about love. Hallelujah.
Yeah, but the biggest thing I noticed after I spoke there, because the reason I actually spoke to the guy, I went to the microphone, was because he was speaking in a big, huge audience, and I didn't want that to, I couldn't let go. I could have just, swallow it, but I couldn't let go because he was speaking to so many people there, and these people that really were, believing this guy. But I noticed also that what I learned from that is to allow all truth and all point of view to be in harmony with mine. That was what I took from that.
That's the greatest gift, and that's kind of what this whole show's been about, and you just summed it up perfectly. And that's what we have to get to around this election, is the acceptance, really, of what our country's built on, is that all men are created equal, and everyone has a right to their own beliefs without threatening mine. It's a perfect example and a perfect end to the show, sweetheart. I got to get off. My time is up. Luz, I love you so much. Thank you for rippling it out. Thank you for being the steward. Thank you for being the example. And thanks for wrapping up this show perfectly. I love you, honey.
I love you, too.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, I want you on this webinar tonight. I want you. The channel wants you. It is a seminar, a webinar of freedom. So if you're called to it and you absolutely cannot, and I will be testing this, but cannot afford to join us, and you really are called to it, email me, d@imdwallace.com. Let me know. We do have, some gifted sessions for it. All right. Thank you for supporting Bappa and me and yourself. So until we meet again, love yourselves. Love yourselves. Love yourselves more, because that's what it's all about. Go be the gods of you and create.
Thanks for joining Dee on Conscious Creation. Visit her website at imdwallace.com for awesome downloads, archived shows, enlightening webinars, and amazing free offerings. Be sure to join us next week for Conscious Creation with Dee Wallace. And remember, loving yourself is the key to creation.